Hello guys and girls, and welcome back. Where today I'm going to be explaining a dynamic programming problem called Skyrim Loot problem. I'm going to try to redeem myself a little bit more with this problem, since in my study session I was not prepared. I thought my notes would have been enough, but then I noticed my notes were just scribbles of chicken scratch, as you can probably see with previous videos. So this case this is also called the Knapsack Problem, where you're given input of n items that are pairs that contain a weight and a value. These n items are also unique to each other. And we're also given the weight capacity. And the weight capacity is basically what I'm gonna draw right now is, a little bag, and this bag can hold W weight. And there's like every single unique item that has a weight of, a 5, 2, 1, and each one has their own unique value. Like, a sword has a value of I don't know, 10 gold. Some potion has a value of 5, and so on. So what we're gonna be doing here is trying to find the output. The output of this algorithm or dynamic programming problem is the value, the maximum value I can have out of my coin pouch or my backpack. So when I mostly see these types of problems, I mostly just think to myself, I feel like this is n by m problem, or matrix that we're generating. So this is an example here I have. So you see I have an initial weight of 4 for my capacity and my pairs. I have 3 items, just so it's a very short thing. If you're ever doing this during the exam, I really recommend you guys to draw out this type of matrix in your problems. Most of the dynamic programming problems will have this type of setup, where you have this matrix, you have this weight, and much more. A similar problem, it's called the zipper problem, or I believe, I'm not very sure if it's called the long sequence one, but I'll go over the zipper problem in another video. Now, let's get into this example first. So first thing we need to note is we're creating an W plus 1 by N plus 1. So W is the capacity, which is 4. And N plus 1 is N items plus 1. Now we have these 3 items that are displayed here with their values and their weights. So WT is the weights. Val is the type of value that they will hold. Now, over here we have our weights from 0, 1, 2, 3. And, you might be asking yourself, Shorter taught us this way of, having to do, step 1 being... let me find it here in my notes. I know I have it. Which is step 1 being having the smaller problem or subsequential problems. Then step 2, finding the greedy algorithm, I believe, and then step 3, adding recursion. It's I believe those are the 3 steps that he mostly teaches. If not, then I'm trying to look at here in my notes, just so I can have a brighter idea. But during the exam, you won't have enough time for this type of interaction, so I recommend you guys to, skim ahead, talk about the algorithm, and that's what I'm doing in this case. I'm going to be skipping ahead, like if I'm in the exam. So what I know is I have this input, this output. I'm going to create this type of setup because it seems very similar to this type of problems. So let me describe a little bit more about this algorithm and how it works. So most of you guys were asking me about a base case, and there is some implications about what can be a base case when you're doing the greedy algorithm. It can be, the zeros I have here. Base case is I have nothing. I don't have any weights. I don't have any items. That can be a base case. Now, you might be wondering, oh, what's this max function that you have here? Well, this max function is mostly going to be calculating the what I'm going to be putting in each cell. So whenever I calculate this, I have a value here, and then I have a value here. That seems oddly significantly correct, right? You guys trust me on this. And now we're going to be writing on it. So our base case is always going to be 0. And okay, so our initial item when we have a capacity of 0 is just 0. When we have space for one item, wait, did I do this wrong? I did do this wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Let me rewrite this. 1, 3. Remember, guys, to yeah. I wrote the first one wrong, which is a value of 3 and 1. Right off the bat, since it's a very small matrix, you can tell right away what the answer is. So we as humans can tell that the answer is 5. Correct? Or am I wrong? Because it's 4. Actually, I think the answer would be 1, 2, 3. I think it's 7. Because this 3 adds to the 4, and so on and so forth. So let's go here on the first one. So we're going to use this max equation, and, it's fairly simple. What I mostly said in my review is that I always look up, and I believe left, but I was completely wrong on the left part. So let's see over here. So we have a max of L being our matrix, I being the row that we're currently on, and -1 meaning I'm looking above. J represents the weights of the overall thing. And then, that's just me. That means I'm looking here up here. So this part is just, I'm currently here, and I'm looking up. Now, this one's kind of mostly the same, where, the second part, where it's L of 1, so I'm looking up here, and then I'm subtracting the current weights I have, which is just 1. So I'm looking over here. So I'm looking at the, I believe in this case, it's diagonal because of the weight of 1. But we are adding the val of I -1. So I believe in this case, am I adding val of I -1? I'm not very sure if it's this one or this one. Man, I need to redo this, don't I? Let me see. Actually, I don't even know if I need this. Val minus I -1. Is it because I'm starting at 0? Oh, I think it is. Because I'm starting at 1. And, yeah. I'm starting at, okay. I got myself confused with this code. Val is another, it's this portion. In reality, we don't have this. It's just, a buffer that I added so you guys can visually see that. If I don't have any items, then that's completely fine. I also have that just for these guys, the +1, so you guys can visually see what exactly I'm adding. But val plus 1 basically represents this value. Because in here, I am in row 1, not in row 0. So, I'm giving these items, remember? So these contain my vals. V, V, V. And this is V0. So I use the minus 1. So then I have a max of, 0, which is the thing above me. And my value that I have, which is, this one is checking diagonal plus 3. So 0 plus 3. So I'm going to add 3 to this portion. And then, now that we understand what the I minus 1 is, then we're going to continue on. Now, we're at 3. We're going to do the same setup for all of them. So, I look up, I look diagonal to myself. But 3 is always going to be dominant. Now, we are getting into the second row. So, this is row 2. Now, in row 2... we have a max of item 2, item 1, max of... Can anyone guess? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to, guess. So, I'll give you guys 5 seconds. Alright, guys. So, now that you have your answers, can anyone tell me? Hey, I think it's, the max, the thing above it is 3. Good job, random students. I'm delusional. I'm sorry. Now, we're going to be looking at either the value of 2 and the diagonal. So, let's see here. I have a weight of... let me double check here. So, I have a current weight of 1... minus, is this my, with my, minus 2? Let me double check this. What weight am I on? I think in this one, Li minus 1, so that thing's above me. J, my current weight, minus, is it my previous weight? Or is it my current weight? I think it's my current weight, which is 2. So let me double check this. So... it's gonna be that. Well, it's not really getting registered in that case. How can I do this? Oh wait, what am I doing? Actually, I'm delusional. You know why? Because you don't do this. Because the weight is 2 and the weight here is 1. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just tired. So right here, all you do is look up, and that's your weight, 3. Now the weights are like it's 2. So I do max with the weight above me, which is 3, and then we're gonna use this equation of Li minus 1. So I'm gonna look at up here, somewhere here, and then we're gonna, and then it's 2 minus 2, so it's 2 minus 2, which is 0. So let's see here. I minus 1, J. So I look up here and in row 0. Oh, it's just this. Yeah, it's a 0. And well, you can tell right away. Oh no! I need to also add it. Remember, guys, you need to add it by the current value you're at, which is 2. And 3 is the max still, because 1 having a value of 1 is still greater. So as you're continuing on, one weight is much more bigger until we hit 3. You know why? I don't know why, but you're gonna. I'm joking. So now we hit another different point. So we still look up, and we're looking at our current weight. So our current weight is 3 minus 2, which is 1. So we're gonna add 3 plus 2, and you know. You guys know the max here, right? It's going to be 5. And you're going to do the same process with this one. You know, you look up, look left. It's going to be 5 as well, okay? Now, we're going to be... Now we're done with the second item. We're going to be continuing on. Now let's go to the third item. We're gonna do max of the item that's above us, which is 3. But wait, remember guys, I don't fit here. My weight is 4. Wait, is it 4? There we go. My weight is 3. Yes. We're following W1, W2, W3. I'm so sorry. But you know, we don't fit here, so we're gonna put 3. We don't fit here, we're gonna put 3. We fit here, but you're gonna mostly just see. So there's an item above it, which is 5. And then remember, guys. We're gonna look up at this row, and then we're gonna subtract our current weight, which is our current weight is 3 that we're at, minus the weight of the item that we're currently at, which is 3, so it's 0. So I'm going all the way over here, so it's 0 plus 4, and right at this moment we're gonna be incrementing this to a 5. Why? Because we've noticed that 0 plus 4 isn't in this case. It isn't bigger than 5, and we've did the math where 3 minus 3 is within this range. I'm sorry if I'm speedrunning, but like I'm a little bit tired, guys. So my next problem is gonna be zipper, so I want to see. I'm trying my best here. Now that we're in slot 4, does anyone have a wild guess of what the math could be? I'll give you guys, 5 seconds. Alright, those 5 seconds are up. Now let's get into it. So we're obviously going to be looking above us, but the only difference is that we're going to be looking at our current weight, which is 4, minus 1, minus 3. It's a 1, so we're going here. We're going all the way over here. So we're gonna add 3 to this total, plus 7, plus 4. Sorry, and you guys know the math, right? This is 5, 7. We're just gonna plug this in with 7, and boom! You guys solved this. You guys solved the Skyrim Loot problem, the Knapsack as well, and I know Dr. Schroeder does this specific method, but if I believe any method that you approach it with will be probably right. Just believe in yourself that you can solve this problem, and you know, you'll get there. How long is this? It's 20 minutes, man. Oh my god. But yeah, during the exam, please focus on just finishing the problem, because in most questions that I've seen Dr. Schroeder introduce is talk about this type of algorithm. How would you solve it? And then analyze the runtime. And as you guys can tell, I'm not giving you guys the runtime. That's something that you guys need to look at it yourself. It's a pretty simple implementation, as I'm suggesting. So this is a Skyrim Loot problem. I hope I could help. I'm gonna add resources to this description so you guys can learn a little bit more on how to approach this problem with visuals and all that. And thank you guys, and I hope you enjoy. Please leave a like or subscribe. I'm tired.